Hi, Future Kit here. So, when I recorded this episode, I forgot to hit the record button for OBS. Yay! So, what does that mean? I have my commentary audio, but I didn't have the gameplay to go with it. And I didn't realize it until pretty far into the recording. So, you're going to hear two different versions of me for a bit in the video up until the point that I realized that I wasn't recording the gameplay. One of them is from me the first time playing through everything, so I'm very happy and wide-eyed and perky, while the other version of audio you're gonna hear is mildly upset and annoyed at themselves. So that me is very quiet and bored sounding. I tried to sound a bit more lively, but I was so upset with myself that I just couldn't. I also tried my best to match the new gameplay with my already recorded commentary, because I was, like I said, much more perky, having a good time, and my reactions were genuine. So I tried my best, but there are some parts that I couldn't completely fix, but I did what I could, so you're just gonna have to put up with that. So anyway, here's the video.
Later in the video.
You bloated gas bag of a narrator.
And so we continue.
Last time, I struggled a lot. Last time I know I struggled with that, I believe it was a temple of sorts, to find the prince of these people. I believe now he's technically the king. So now it's back to Yona. I don't remember exactly why. Like I said, it's been a while. There's several days in between this recording and the last one, but I'm sure I'll remember as time goes on.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people.
You don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking,
He is
more
still
walking.
a kid, but he had to grow up too quickly. I'm gonna go down to that bottom middle part, actually.
What manner of place is this?
I think it's a graveyard.
The headstones seem to be lacking names. Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday?
Old man.
Excuse me, but can you help me deliver a large serving tray to the town of Seafront?
No. Okay, we're doing this right now.
I'd be happy
I'm sure
to.
that if I were to fail, I could get another
Wonderful.
one, but I kind of want to try and do this in one go. Will I be able to do it? Probably not. Only reason I'm doing this is for the money. That is the only reason. What do you want?
Excuse me, but have you seen my son?
Nope.
I don't think so. Why? Is something wrong?
When I got home, I found a note from him that said he was leaving and not to look for him. What if he's left the village? Please, you have to help me. I'll pay you whatever you want. My son shouldn't be too hard to spot. He wears a very odd hat. You can see it from a mile away.
A strange hat. Okay.
Okay. If I see him, I'll let him know his father is worried about him.
I think I'm not allowed to roll around, right? I think so.
Oh no. Not this task again.
We'll be fine. We just need to go slow and take it easy.
I am a creature of phenomenal talents, but those are two that escape me.
Well, I'm sure not gonna let Kaine handle it.
Indeed, the hussey's foul language would reduce our precious cargo to dust.
Yep, fucking yap. Get moving already.
I love them. I love them all.
Hey there, got a special delivery?
Oh, thank you.
We should tell the client we deliver. Hey there.
Well, we have a local spec. It's pretty much all anyone here wants to eat.
I've already read all
that's
this, so
terrible.
sorry, I'm a bit
Want me to-
impatient.
Would you? Oh, I need 10 medicinal herbs, 10 bags of...
Yeah, 10 sardines, yeah, he needs a lot of stuff, all of which I don't have. One day I will go back to that hellhole over there, but today is not that day. Where am I going?
I delivered the tray in one piece.
First try, let's go.
Sorry. I know that must have been difficult. Hopefully some gold will help ease the pain.
Okay, now for main quest stuff. I keep getting sidetracked. Yona!
Yona,
Oh, hey,
how are you feeling?
better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Yes, we will.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Oh, that's really sad, actually. Or not sad, but yeah, from what we know, he's always up and about, going around the village, picking up miscellaneous tasks, because he even told Vice that that's how Yona and him survive, is by doing these various tasks all over the place. So I'm assuming he's gone most of the time, and the only time Yona sees him is probably in the morning before he leaves, and then in the evening or probably late at night too when he comes back. And from her reaction, it seems like he hasn't been around for an entire day for a long time. So it's just sad. I mean, they're both so young. It's sad. I mean, they're both so young, and he's had to take on the adult role already of having to take care of him, which is the reality of many different situations sometimes in real life for many older siblings. In this case, his abilities and the like, their literal survival depends on that, because Yona can't do anything, which isn't her fault, by the way. This isn't a painter like, oh, she can't do anything because she's lazy or whatever. That's not at all. She just literally can't without collapsing. I mean, she's sick. Anyway, I'm rambling.
Yeah, Yona, I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Okay.
I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale, and he stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S. Then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I am looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of myth. So a sealed verse in the forest of myth? Or a dream in the forest of myth?
Just a dream. Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
Did they both have the same dream?
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
I think they had the same dream.
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth.
I was right.
But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Yes, we should.
Sure, Yona.
There you go. So she had the same dream. That's interesting.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Wait, does Yuna have a task?
Say, next time you go out, could you pick something up for me?
Yeah.
Sure, Yona. What do you need?
A melon.
A melon? You got it. What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice dream on the matter. Recently there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream. So, did everyone have the same dream?
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
That's one way to put it.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Ooh, this is really pretty right now. This is such a pretty game. It probably doesn't show up very well on YouTube, but some of it shines through. Fog is always a good sign for something called the Forest of Myth. This is pretty. This is nice.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
That was a sneeze. Okay, so it was mid-conversation with this guy that I realized, oh shit, I'm not recording. So you're probably going to hear the prior recording because my reaction is much more genuine. And I was having a blast with this conversation. It's incredible.
Beware. Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
Wait.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mirror stared at NieR and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mirror explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Oh my gosh. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. does he actually have a functioning mouth? I mean, he has like a face on his cover, I
Now
guess.
see
But
here.
oh, never mind.
Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
That's what I was wondering, because the way the mayor was speaking, he sounded very coherent. Then I thought it sounded like there was a very slight echo to it, anyway. Before the mayor could confirm NieR's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who NieR had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Everything's getting darker. NieR and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There was simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose... The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his word carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated bag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing.
This game.
Just leave me alone already.
No. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to NieR like a contagion. Wait, said NieR suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into this head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, NieR's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream, that's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at NieR. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the dream death, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. NieR nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said NieR, just ask. Now hold on, I did not just say that. Silence, cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor and back again, his face filling his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mirror, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The Mirror slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the Mirror. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The Mirror suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He had almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of NieR and Vice. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the Mirror was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he had been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he had been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Yep, sounds like Vice. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, NieR snapped. Ooh. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. NieR leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, I'm bad with English. A cacophony of insects sprang to life. English is my first language, yes. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Vice? What's going on? NieR could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. I'm not going to make that sound effect. As the insect symphony dimmed under decibel, NieR began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One with it is lacking, two with it ideal. Or two with it is ideal. Three with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. No. One with it is lacking, two with it is ideal, three with it is dangerous. What is it? Answer. A seesaw? Because with two people, one on either side, it's ideal, but three can be dangerous because it would just bounce off. I'm gonna say a seesaw. Yeah, something that's ideal with two people but dangerous with three. Oh, it's a seesaw. Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Was I right? I don't think I was right. I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. I wasn't right. I'm guessing it's a secret then. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, NieR sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's The secret. Right? Okay. Oh, okay. The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before NieR like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, NieR moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. Why is this section so long? I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said NieR after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. NieR grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. Is that even possible? He's right, after all. This one is pretty easy. Is it? Yeah, it's sunlight. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried NieR, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. Aw, so Weiss considers NieR his friend. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began NieR, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing here, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I supposed, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one, is it? What? I don't know. A man? The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Wrong. Oh, correct. Okay. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As NieR watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When NieR and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped NieR's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right hand seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the death dream's seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as NieR filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility in itself. Oh, is futility itself. NieR and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Vice. It is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breaths lulling. This is the first time, began the mayor, the first time I've felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. Oh my god. NieR shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and became trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is a home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. NieR and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. NieR tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. NieR gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
About damn time, my gosh!
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
I can't, not after that. That's permanently embedded into my brain.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
And bizarre experiences in a game, what the hell?
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark execution. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Oh, I think I know which one this is. From the very beginning. Hang on.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
It took a lot of reading, though, and a lot of what the hell is going on? Am I slowly losing my sanity?
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me.
True.
It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Oh yeah, it is this one. That's what I thought. Damn! That's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna go on for a little bit longer. I'm gonna explore this area just a little bit, and then we'll call it. Hello?
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
No, not right now. Not right now. I can't do that again right now. That took so long. Maybe the next time I will, but not now. I can't. Okay, you know what? Maybe one. We'll do one.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sorta creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I'm gonna kind of speed through because I don't have the patience to read through everything again. If it doesn't resist or to laugh for, I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hall? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath the stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Life has no place here when as a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone here? I hear an unfamiliar voice say, "My savior." I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I sigh. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. And possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy in a floating book before light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? How have you come to this place? I'm Grimoire Weiss, this is NieR. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand, we shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as NieR extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, look at your feet. See water pulling around my ankles and lapping at my shins, there's so much of it. Yes, and more comes. Each moment we delay, if we do not make our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, the long for minutes of our amazed, just upon themselves. Please say that's it. Nope. I'm proceeding north. At the end of the corridor, while I covered in thick layer. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of grey matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, the door just beyond. Such a piece of mass, it turns to dust and drifts away from the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. My gosh! Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. Look from into the beds and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone else piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Insanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. Make a sound, whether scream or laughter, I cannot be certain. Then my mind grates me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. Oh, gosh, am I gonna have to remember this? Due south. Oh. East. No. West. South. North. Fuck. Oh, cool. Raising my chin, my mouth and nose, you dumb bast, shouts NieR. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss, but entitled, floats to the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't, oh. Oh! That's a game over? Shoot. Oopsie. I'm not gonna do that again. Not right now. This is... Next time I will do the other two villagers. I don't know if I'm gonna completely read them out like I did for this one, because it takes too long. But next time possibly free the two villagers from their dreams, and then if not doing that, then go straight back to, I'm assuming it's Yona or Popla, I think her name is, anyway. So one of those two things, possibly both. So yeah, one of those two things. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.